The film starts and we see a man. He was an insurance broker. His name is Alain, who was busy playing video games on his computer. Then his wife Marie calls him and reminds him that today they had to go to see a new house. Alain quickly finishes his work and goes to see the house where Mary was waiting for him near a new house with an agent. As Alain reaches there, the agent starts showing him the house. First he shows him the living room, then the kitchen and bedroom. Then Marie's eyes go out of the bedroom balcony where she sees an old car. The agent says, "Don't worry, I will move it away from here before you shift." After it, he starts looking at the house carefully. Alain was still confused about whether he should take this house or not because according to him this house was big. When the agent saw this, he felt maybe they will not buy the house, so he tells Marie and Alain about the secret of this house. He says this house has a deep secret. It is a specialty of the house that will not be found in any other house in the world. Saying this, he takes Alain and Marie to a pit in the basement of this house. Seeing this, Marie says, "Have you brought us here to show us?" The agent says, "Look, don't consider it sewerage. This is the secret way of this house. To know its specialty you two will have to follow me." Saying this, the agent goes into that pit, but Marie refuses to go while Alain went behind that agent. When he does not see Marie coming behind him, he comes back to Marie. This time she also went with him. The agent says, "You will have to close its door. That's when this place will show its real magic." As they come a little ahead, they see that they had come to the first floor of this house from that way. Seeing this, Marie and Alain are surprised. Alain notices that it is morning now while they come to see this house in the evening. At the same time, Marie also starts thinking about this. After all, how did they reach the first floor of this house by going to the basement? At the same time, they also felt that they had come to some other house. Here the agent tells them, "See, don't think too much, we are in the same house. That pit is actually a portal time travel of this house, which has brought us all 12 hours ahead of time." The agent tells that yesterday we came to see this house in the evening and now it is morning. Alain says, "All your things are true, okay, that's a time travel, but I didn't understand that if a person goes to the basement, how does he come to the first floor?" Agent Alain tells this by turning this thing that there is another quality in this house. Many buyers are ready to buy this house, so that's why you will have to decide as soon as possible that you have to buy this house or not. After telling all this, the agent left. Marie tells Alain that we will decide when we reach home whether we want to buy this house or not. As Marie parks her car, she was thinking of seeing two children crossing the road. After it, the scene is shown 88. Alain and Marie bought that house and soon they also shift in that house. As they go there, Alain gets a cat whom he decides to keep with him. Marie was looking at that portal carefully. After everything is set properly, they enjoy a lot and go to sleep. The next day, Alain calls his boss at his house with whom his friend was also there. That's when Alain's boss sees the old car standing there which the agent had not removed from there yet. Alain's boss was fond of cars. He says, "Alain, fix this car and use it because this is a good model." Alain does not pay much attention to his boss's words because he was not interested in cars. Meanwhile, the boss's friend asks Alain about Marie. Says, "Since we have come to your house, we have not seen Mary and neither have we met her." Alain replies, "Yes, Marie is inside the house here." At the same time, we see Marie coming out of the same time portal on the other side. She went inside it last night and now she comes out. After which she comes to meet everyone and says, "I was taking a bath. Everyone have dinner at night." Alain's boss tells everyone about his secret here. Says, "Now I have got my electronic transplant operation done which I can control with my phone, and this is one of my secrets which I am telling everyone today." After hearing this, Alain also wants to tell his boss about the secret of his house, but Marie stops him. She did not want anyone to know the secret of her house. Actually, when the agent told him that there is another quality in this house other than time travel, so he said that whoever goes back to that portal, his age will decrease by 3 days, means he will look young. This was the reason that Marie forced Alain to buy this house so that she can be young again. After a while, Alain's boss and his friends left. After their departure, Marie says to Alain, "Come, let's go to the time portal in the basement together," but he refuses to go and says, "I have to do work now and I have to go to the office tomorrow morning, so I am going to sleep." Marie went alone to that portal in anger. Alain is going to the office in the morning. He comes to that portal and says, "Marie, I am going to the office." He feels that his voice will reach her. After which he had come to the office where his boss's assistant comes to him and says, "The boss is calling you." Alain goes to the boss and says, "You could have called me by calling me." He says, "Okay, leave all this. What do you think about the electronic transplant operation I have done?" Alain says, "What will I think about that? You don't worry at all, I will never judge you on this matter. It was your decision to get the transplant operation done, I just feel a little dangerous." After hearing this, Alain's boss was happy. On the other side, after 12 hours, Marie comes out of the basement and then after taking a bath, she starts looking at pictures of her old youth. She had an idea and puts a mirror on the way out of that basement portal so that whenever she comes out of it, she can see how much off her age has decreased and how young she is. After this, she goes back to that portal so that she can become young soon. That night, Alain's boss says while talking to his friend, "I think Alain's wife is not happy with my operation. She did not even answer me correctly about this." Her friend explains to him, "Leave it, what do we have to do with this?" Marie comes out of the portal at night and sees her husband Alain had come from the office and slept. Marie wakes up Alain and asks him, "Look, did you see any difference in me? I went to the portal 3 times at that time. That means my age should have been 3 days less." Alain says, "Marie, there is nothing like that, you look like before. When I came home from the office, I saw that cat making some strange sounds near the portal which we have kept at home. Seeing it talking, it felt like it was telling us about some danger. I am scared. We should close that portal forever." Marie says, "No, you can't do that, I think your brain has started thinking some nonsense by staying alone." Saying this, she goes back to the basement portal. Now when she comes out the next day, but even then, she did not see any difference in herself. When Alain meets his boss in the office for some work, his boss does not pay much attention to this and took him with him for shooting practice, whereas he fires the gun, Alain's boss falls down because of the jerk. Later, sitting in the car, the boss tells Alain, "I think because of the shock, there is some problem with my transplant, that's why I have to go to Japan because I got the operation done from there." The boss explains all his work to Alain here and also gives the keys to his house. He says, "Go and give it to my friend that if ever she wants, she can come to my house." Here, listening to the boss, Alain went to his friend to give the keys to his house. On the other hand, Marie, even the second time after coming from that portal, could not see any difference in her face. So now she doubts this portal, that's why she takes a rotten apple from the kitchen and goes back inside the portal. She wanted to do an experiment, her plan was that if that portal really grows, it will also refresh this fruit as before. Like this thing will be proven whether the portal works well or not. When Alain comes home, he gets Marie's note in which it was written that "I will meet you tomorrow." He does not understand what Marie is talking about tomorrow because now she was spending more time in the basement than before. Alain sleeps while waiting for Marie, then Marie comes and wakes up Alain and says, "Get up, look at this apple. When I took it with me, it was rotten, now look, it has become fresh like before. This means the portal can really reduce the age and through this, we will always remain young and with it, Alain, we will become immortal. Please do not tell anyone about the secret of this house." After hearing all this, he got angry and says, "Get away Marie, I have a lot of work besides this," and with the same thing, both husband and wife have a fight. Similarly, when Alain starts eating that apple that Marie had taken with her in the portal, then Alain sees that insects are coming out of it. He was now worried about Marie. He thinks that just like the insects came out of the apple, are they in Marie's body as well? Because she has also gone inside that portal many times, that's why he immediately takes her to the doctor. He comes there and asks the doctor, "Is it possible that this person's body has a lot of insects?" Hearing this question, the doctor also felt weird and starts looking at Alain. That's why they come back home. Actually, Alain was thinking that just like the apple, Marie is also growing young from the outside, but who knows, her age kept increasing from the inside and insects may be born in her. He also tells this to Marie, but she was not ready to listen to anything. Marie comes home and in anger, gives Alain a knife and says, cut my skin and see if there are insects in my body or not." Alain says, "Marie, why are you doing this? Why do you want to be young?" She says, "I want to be young and fulfill my dream. I want to be a model, which I could not do before, but now I will fulfill it at any cost." Saying this, she goes back to that portal. On another side, during the transplant, his boss calls Alain and says, "Today is my friend's birthday," he says, "Take a nice gift from me and give it to him." That's why Alain buys a purse. There, the doctor says to the boss, "Your transplant operation is fine, there is a slight explosion due to a short circuit." Because of this, both of them were scared. We see Alain, who meets the same agent from whom he had bought the house. He asks, "Can someone go crazy by going to that portal again and again?" On which he says, "Look, if you have any problem with it, close it forever." After which Alan goes to give the gift he bought for his boss's friend. When he reaches home, he sees the boss's friend was there with his other friend. Seeing this, Alan came back. As time passed, Marie's madness was increasing. She used to spend most of her time in that portal. Alan gets tired of all this and also tries to close that portal, but Marie had stopped him. The boss had also returned from Japan and married a girl, but when one day the boss's wife sees him with another girl, so she was angry about this and they take divorced. Now when the boss was going somewhere in another city, his transplant burst because of the fire in the stomach. The car also had an accident because of which the boss died. At the same time, after many years of constantly going to the portal, Marie was also 20 years old and she also starts modeling, but when one day while shooting, a man was trying to misbehave with her. Marie stopped modeling, but still she kept going to that portal. Her mental condition was bad. Seeing all this, Alan has to send her to the mental hospital. As Marie left, Alan had closed that portal forever. After coming to the hospital, Marie breaks a glass and tries to kill herself from its glass. When she puts a cut on her hand, she finds out that she was also rotting from the inside like that apple. She had worms in her body. That portal had made her young from the outside, but from inside, she was dying due to growing age. Now it was too late for Marie. It was difficult to fix everything. So never try to do something that is not made for you, as Alan's boss did, and second, the greed of Marie being young destroyed her. Be happy as you are. With this, the story of this film ends.